Grantha, Advaita Prakarana Grantha is a subject matter text on Advaita Vedanta. Why it is required is that if you take the Upanishads and even Bhagavad Gita, the material is not organized in a flow that leads from chapter to chapter. It's kind of particularly Upanishads. Whatever was revealed to the sages in their meditation, they have taught it to their students, and therefore the order is not important there. It is what they have, what was revealed to them that they have taught. So, like this, the Upanishads are not going to be. Nobody, like takes the authority. Nobody has the authority, I should say, to rearrange the Vedas. Vedas are whatever it is, Apaurushaya, it is considered to be God's creation. And here and there are some, what we call in today's language, some grammatical, inconsistencies. Even that is not corrected in Vedas. If there's an inconsistency that is being pointed out, but it is not changed at all. That's the way that Vedas have propagated over time. So with that, the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita, they don't give us a continuity of flow of thought in terms of understanding this Advaita Vedanta. Upanishads teach basically Advaita Vedanta, but they also teach Dvaita also. There is enough support for Dvaita in the Upanishads. Therefore, the subject matter is being arranged in a certain way by great Vedantists like Shankaracharya, etc. And Ramagita is one of them by another unknown composer, that it is arranged in a certain order that it is easy to understand. So we will follow this Ramagita in that order that Rama has taught to Lakshmana in that particular order. That's what we will try to understand, and it will help us get a good grip on the Advaita Vedanta. Now, in order to even understand Advaita Vedanta, what is its speciality, in what way is it profound, we need to understand the competing philosophies also. And therefore, what we will do is, after learning the chanting of this Atma Shatka, we will study the systems of philosophies, Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, and Advaita. We will study all the three of them, and it will take about 3 to 4 classes. That way you have a good understanding of what we are looking at, and then you'll be able to connect that high-level study to the study of the Vedanta, the sadhanas that Rama teaches Lakshmana. So with that, we will get started with understanding us, learning, singing this Atma Shatka. Let me from current slide. So this Atma Shatka, basically, we will also try to understand this in detail, the commentary in the next class. Today, we are going to focus only on learning it. And what this Atma Shatka, what is this? Who composed? This is composed by Shankaracharya. When he was 8 years old, he traveled all the way from Kerala, that is his hometown is somewhere near Ernakulam today. And he traveled all the way to the Narmada River basin, where Govindapada, the teacher, he went to meet Govindapada. I don't know how he got that reference, or was it a chance that he met Govindapada? We don't have any much information on that. So he went to Govindapada on the banks of the Narmada River, somewhere near Nagpur, somewhere between Nagpur and Bombay in today's geography. So he walked all this way, and then he was asked, the Guru asked him to, he asked, who are you? Give me your introduction. And this was his introduction to him. there are two aspects in this. There is a positive aspect and a negative aspect. Each verse has 4 lines. The first 3 lines of the first 5 verses have a negative connotation. I am not this, I am not that, like this. And the fourth line says who I am. Idananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. So like this all the 5 verses go like this. The first 3 lines are negating what I am not, and we are asserting what I am. And the sixth verse totally asserts who I am. So this Atma Shatka is, like if you want to understand the philosophy, there is a Purusha and a Prakriti. Prakriti is inert. Purusha is the sentient or the consciousness. Now, he is saying here every aspect of the Prakriti I am not, the Jada, the inert Prakriti that I am not. I am that consciousness, Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. Like this, he asserts this who he is. Now, this inert material that we are going to, everything that we put together is called Prakriti, as I said. So Prakriti is the inert nature, and the Purusha is of the sentient nature. And we will try to understand next class the different aspects of Prakriti he reinforces in this verse, in this stotra. And then we should be able to, with this understanding of this Atma Shatka, in the meaning of this, and the 3 systems of philosophy, that gives us a good start for understanding Ramagita. I really hope so. And then, the Ramagita itself is about 62 verses, out of which about 55 verses are the core of the teachings. The first 4, 5, and the last 2 are kind of introduction and Palashruti, etc. So this 55 verses summarizes what is about 600 verses in Vivek Chudamani. So this is a very condensed text. So what we will do is, wherever it is necessary, we will also try to study, understand the relative verses in Vivek Chudamani, because that becomes a necessity. This Ramagita assumes certain things which we may not have really studied, and therefore we will introduce them as and when required in the context. And that way you will get a good grip on what the Ramagita is trying to teach. Okay, with that, we will start with the study of and the singing of this Atma Shatkam. We will follow teaching this, studying, learning this stotra, just like we have done in Bhagavad Gita. We will go line by line and then repeat. And then when we get to the Ram Gita itself, we will not go that detail into singing the Gita. We will do a couple of repetitions, but not to the level of what we have been doing in the Bhagavad Gita class, or any other class that we have learned singing some stotras. All right, with that introduction, let us start. Anybody has any questions so far on this? If you have any questions, let's know. We will answer them and try to answer them and then move forward. Okay, all right. So the Atma Shatka, as I said, this is Shatka itself refers to as a 6-verse stotra. He starts like this when he gives his introduction to his guru. Mano buddhyahankara chittani naham. I will sing this in a little singing style. Mano buddhyahankara chittani naham. 3 times.
Mano buddhyahankara chittani naham. Mano buddhyahankara चित्तानि नाहं मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चित्तानि नाहं
न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे मूसಲ
न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे ನೀವೆಲ್ಲೋ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳಿ
न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे. Now we'll do both lines. बुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे. Third line. न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः 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 चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् आनन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. Now the first verse completely. मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽनन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. Second verse. न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुः न वा पञ्चकोशः न वा सप्तधातुः नवा पञ्चकोशः नवा सप्तधातुः नवा पञ्चकोशः. Both lines. न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुः न वा पञ्चकोशः न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुः न वा पञ्चकोशः. Third line. न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं. Or the full verse. न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुः न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं. Let's repeat first and second. मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहम् न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुः न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. Third verse. First line. न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः. First we'll do lines. न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् फुल वर्स न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. We'll do the 3 verses and then move on to the 4th one. मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चित्ताहीनाहम् न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुः न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. Fourth verse. न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञाः न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञाः न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं. Full verse. न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं. 2, 3 and 4. न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातु न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं. न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. Fifth verse. न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जाति भेदः न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जाति भेदः न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जाति भेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म. 2 lines. न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जाति भेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् फुल वर्स न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् 3, 4 and 5 न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. Now the positive statement for the entire verse. The last line of the last 5 verses is expanding on that now. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupa. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupa. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupa. Vibhutva ancha sarvatra sarvendriyanam. Vibhutva ancha sarvatra sarvendriyanam. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupa. Vibhutva acha sarvatra sarvendriyanam. न चासङ्गतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मेयः न चासंगतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मेयः न चासंगतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मेयः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपः विभुत्वाच्च सर्वत्र सर्वे इन्द्रियाणां न चासंगतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मेयः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. Now let us see, Vanita, can you sing that all the way from beginning to end? Are you familiar with this?
Ramakrishna ji, how about I do it next week?
Give it a try. You'd be better than me.
No, no.
These papers too?
Hold on one second. I may have this.
These papers
No,
too?
okay, I should.
Sure,
please.
sure. Take your time.
Go this way?
Okay, good. Go to the mm, mm,
So
mm,
this? I'm not actually gonna throw it away.
I should. Chalo, uska leke jao, please. Mm.
Muted? Anita? Can you unmute?
मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुः न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्तो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्तः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्मः न बन्धुर्न मित्रं न गुरुनैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभूत्वाच सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणं न चासङ्गतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मे यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं.
Thank you. It was better than me. I want the, a little more encouraging than the one that I sang. It came out, it didn't come out the best, but because I don't have the musical background. But this anybody else who knows this want to sing?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Shanti, you go.
Either one. Let people get a little familiarity with this.
मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चित्तानि नाहं न च स्तोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायु न वा सप्तधातुर्नय न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं. Malli, you want to do the next three?
No, you continue. You continue.
न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञा अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्मः न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्य चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभूत्वा च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां न चासङ्गतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मेय चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं.
Very good. Thank you. All right. So this is the
ರಾಮು,
yes.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಸದಾ ಮೇ ಸಮತ್ವಂ ನವೇ ನ ಭುಕ್ತಿರ್ನ ಬಂಧಃ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ.
Yeah, there could be differences with somebody, but this is the original that I have seen. It could be somebody have it's all the same because this what we call the prakriti is described in a slightly different way.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, there is no see the prakriti is always changing, and in that context of changing, somebody has used a different version of that changing nature of the prakriti.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. So this as I said, this is a Shatka, 6 verses. And this is the introduction that Shankaracharya introduced himself to the teacher like this. Now, like if I go to a teacher, like if I'm asked an introduction, I will give answer of so and so. I have done this education, that education, and all those things we give. Those are all what is called the upadhis. Now, upadhis, what is an upadhi? We have to understand the upadhi, what it means. And these verses become clear. Now, the degree I have are the, home I am born into, they are all upadhi. What is born? The body is born, not the atma. That is what we should be understanding here. So there comes a, in here, if you see here, pita naiva me naiva mata na janmaha. I will go in detail next class. I'm just, giving a high level introduction here. So upadhi is best understood by giving an example. There is a crystal, pure crystal, and if you bring a flower near the crystal, then the crystal appears the color of the flower. If it's a red flower, the crystal looks red. And if it's a blue flower, the crystal appears blue. What is changing is, just the appearance. The crystal is not itself changing. What is changing is the appearance. So that which causes an appearance on an object that is not changing at all, that is called an upadhi. In this case, the flower is an upadhi in contact or near the glass crystal, and the upadhi seems to change, appears to change nature of the glass and the crystal. So like that, all this manas, buddhi, ahankara, and all these things are upadhis of the atma that I am. And that is what he says, Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. Here, he uses these three characterizations of the aham, who I am, Chit, Ananda, Shiva. Shiva we can take as Sat existence, because Chit is consciousness, and Ananda is bliss. So Chit, Ananda, Shiva, those are the three, Chidananda, Shivoham. That is the characterization. So to this entity, which is Chit, Ananda, and Shiva, this Manasu, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta, they are all upadhis. Now in me and you, the Atma is the reality, but we all have different minds, different intellect, different Chitta storage in us, and that gives us a different picture of each one of us. In my Chitta, there is engineering samskaras, engineering imprints. In somebody else's, in your, if you are a doctor, your Chitta is composed mostly of the medical samskaras. So depending on that, you become a doctor or you become an engineer. But he's saying he's not that. That's so that is the nature of this entire stotra, trying to identify the Prakriti in its various forms as an upadhi or an adjunct. Upadhi is an adjunct, that is something near it that changes the behavior. So this Atma that I am is in the context of Manas, Buddhi, and Ahankara and Chitta, it is being modified into Jivatma. That is what we are, in our day-to-day living, we can characterize ourselves as the Jivatma, this Atma, which is appearing to be changed by my Manas, my Buddhi, etc. So this is the, in this first verse, he has talked about these upadhis. And then, he goes to the second verse. These are all parts of the Prakriti. If you Nacha prana sanyo navai panchavayu, nava saptadhatu, nava panchakosha, like this. In every stage, he identifies these various upadhis. These upadhis are nothing but a different modification of the Prakriti. there are only two entities in this universe, the Prakriti and the Purusha. The Purusha is the sentient part and the Prakriti is the insentient part, inert part. And with this, the sentient cannot by itself express. The sentient needs a medium to express itself. The Atma or the Brahma, it has no, it alone is there. It doesn't mix with anything, and therefore it cannot express itself. Whereas it needs a medium, and that medium becomes the body. The body, through the medium of the body, the Atma, it listens, it speaks, the body, as the body moves, the Atma, Jivatma appears to be moving. So this is all an appearance, that is what he's saying, but what is constant is the Atma, the Shivoham. So with this description, I will stop this today. If anybody has any other questions, we can see. Otherwise, next class, we'll do a detailed study of this, all the 6 verses. And then we will move on to the next part. That is, as I said, we'll study the 3 systems of philosophy, Dvaita, Advaita, and Vishishta Advaita. And then we will get to the Ramagita. Now, I did not, my singing, we don't let that discourage you. It can be sing much better, and as it is demonstrated, it has been sung better by both Vanita and Shanti. Now, next class, I want some music people, those who have some music background, to sing first 3-4 classes, the invocation.
I'm ready to do it, sir.
All right, thank you. That's good. So, Uma, you will do the next class?
Yes, I will do the Manobuddhi, right? Manobuddhi. Yes.
Yeah. You'll start with Shuklam Bharadaram and then end with this.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right. So the question I'm asking, what I'm really feeling is that the first 3-4 classes, if you set the stage for other people to sing, at least if not in the raga, at least a constant, you have some background, music background, that if everybody can imbibe that, that would be nice. We will try. All right. If there is no other questions or anything, we can close the class today. Huh? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, some update on the Ram Pattabhisheka we will do on July 28th. There was some confusion and we got that over. So the Ram Pattabhisheka will be celebrated on July 28th at the Hindu temple. That's a Wednesday. And I have asked Srinath Belur to lead the effort. And Srinath and Jyoti, they will help, and we'll ask a few other people to join as an organizing committee. And we will have the puja, whatever Gurudat wants for the puja, all those things have to be managed. And this group of 3-4 people, if whoever wants to volunteer, you're welcome to volunteer. And then there will be, of course, like a lunch, and there will be expenses. So when there are expenses, you know what it is. So you can make donations to this effort, and it will be a good ending for completing the Ramayana study. And we will celebrate the study of Ramayana during this Ram Pattabhisheka temple.
Ramakrishna, what time?
Time and all we have to decide. I haven't gotten a perfect, maybe I would assume 10 o'clock, maybe 9:30, whatever Gurudat gives me the time. Sometime in the morning. It will be after 9 o'clock, and probably it will go until about 1 o'clock, 3.5 to 4 hours. And it will be a chance for all of us to meet again.
Physically,
not virtually. You can't have virtual lunch. All are welcome. As I said, by next Wednesday, we will have the plans a little more detail, or you may even communicate on Saturday in the Bhagavad Gita class also. We'll go from there. All right, let's do the closing prayer. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Pa.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ramakrishna.
Thank you.